She doesn't get anything. I freeze. Water glass halfway to my lips, ice cubes clinking against the sides. That's my son's voice. I'm sitting alone at Romano's booth by the window, the one I always get on Thursday nights. Red checkered tablecloth, breadsticks I haven't touched. I come here because it's where Robert used to take me, before the heart attack, before everything went dark. And now my son is here, right behind me in the next booth. I didn't see him come in. She doesn't get anything, he says again, clearer this time. My hands start shaking. The water sloshes in the glass. Daniel, keep your voice down. That's Jennifer, his wife. Her tone is sharp, annoyed. I'm serious, he continues. Once this is done, she gets nothing. Not a dime. He's talking about me. My chest tightens. Good, Jennifer says. And then God help me, she laughs. I'm so tired of her guilt trips. I gave you everything. I sacrificed my career. Your father would be so proud. Blah, blah, blah. The restaurant sounds fade away. The clatter of plates, the murmur of other diners. All I hear is them. She gave us $400,000 for the house, Daniel says. His voice is flat, matter of fact, like he's discussing the weather. And she'll never let us forget it, Jennifer snaps back. I can barely breathe. $400,000. That was the life insurance money. The money Robert left behind when his heart gave out at 62. The money that was supposed to keep me safe for the rest of my life. I gave it to them. 3 years ago. Daniel said they'd never afford a house otherwise. Said the market was crazy. Said Jennifer was pregnant and they needed space. Jennifer was never pregnant. Once we get her to sign the paperwork, we're done, Daniel says. The house goes to us, power of attorney, all of it. My water glass slips. I catch it just before it tips. When's she signing? Jennifer asks. Tomorrow. I'm going over there with the papers. She won't even read them. She never does. She just trusts me. He says it like it's pathetic. Like I'm pathetic. And then? Jennifer's voice drops lower. I have to strain to hear. And then we move her out. Shady Pines has an opening next month. Shady Pines. I know that place. It's the state-run facility on the east side. The one with the peeling paint and the smell you can't wash out. The one where they warehouse people nobody wants anymore. The cheap one? Jennifer sounds delighted. She won't know the difference in a few years anyway. Daniel's voice is cold, empty. I don't recognize it. This is my son, my boy, the one I rocked to sleep every night, the one I stayed up with when he had nightmares, the one I worked double shifts for so he could go to college debt-free. God, I can't wait to be done with her, Jennifer says. No more Sunday dinners, no more, how's my baby boy, texts at 7 in the morning. Daniel laughs, short and bitter. She still thinks I need her. Well, soon she'll need us, and we'll be the ones deciding what she gets. My throat burns. I set the water glass down slowly, carefully. I don't want them to hear me. I don't want them to know I'm here. The waiter appears at my booth, young kid with kind eyes. Ma'am, are you ready to order? I shake my head. Can't speak, can't look at him. Are you okay? He asks quietly. I nod. Lie. He lingers for a moment, then walks away. Behind me, I hear the scrape of a chair. Let's get out of here, Jennifer says. This place is depressing anyway. Yeah, I've got the papers in the car. I'll go over them one more time tonight, make sure everything's airtight. Footsteps, moving toward the exit. I turn my head just slightly, just enough to see. Daniel walks past my booth, tall, confident, his arm around Jennifer's waist. She's laughing at something on her phone. Neither of them look my way. They don't see me. I sit there for another 10 minutes, maybe longer. The waiter comes back, asks again if I'm okay. I tell him I need the check. He says, there's nothing to pay for, just the water. I leave a 20 on the table anyway, my hands are still shaking. Outside, the air is cold. October in full swing. I fumble for my car keys in my purse, lipstick, tissues. The little pillbox Robert bought me years ago. The keys finally appear. I sit in my car in the parking lot, engine off, lights off. I can see Daniel's car 3 rows over, black SUV, the one I co-signed for because his credit wasn't good enough. They're inside. I can see their silhouettes. Jennifer's on her phone, Daniel's looking at something in his lap. The papers. The ones I'm supposed to sign tomorrow. I think about the phone call this morning. Hey Mom, can I come by tomorrow? Got some paperwork for you. Just estate planning stuff. Boring, but important. I was so happy to hear from him. He hasn't called in 2 months. I said yes immediately. Asked if he wanted to stay for lunch. He said he couldn't. Just a quick signature, Mom. In and out. Now I know why. My phone buzzes. I pull it out. Text from Daniel. See you tomorrow around 10. Don't forget. Important papers. I stare at the screen. 3 little dots appear. He's typing again. Love you, Mom. I don't answer. I start the car. Pull out of the parking lot. Drive home through streets I've known for 40 years. Everything looks different now. The porch light is on when I pull into my driveway. I always leave it on, in case Daniel stops by. He used to do that. Years ago. Just swing by after work. Hey Mom, thought I'd check on you. He hasn't done that in a long time. I walk inside. Lock the door behind me. The house is quiet. Too quiet. On the kitchen counter, there's a stack of papers, the ones Daniel dropped off last month. Just look these over, Mom. No rush. I pick them up. Start reading. Legal jargon. Dense and confusing. But some words jump out. Transfer of property. Power of attorney. Healthcare proxy. My name at the bottom. Unsigned. Underneath the papers, something else catches my eye. A brochure. Glossy. Folded in half. I pull it out. Shady Pines Care Facility. He left it here. On my counter. In my house? He's been planning this. I sink into a chair. The brochure crumples in my fist. Tomorrow, he's coming for my signature. Tomorrow, he thinks I'll just hand over everything. Tomorrow, he thinks I'll trust him. I open the brochure. Look at the photos. Smiling old people in wheelchairs, nurses in scrubs. Compassionate care for your loved ones. The cheap one, he said. She won't know the difference. I won't know the difference. I sit there until the kitchen light buzzes and flickers. Then I pull out my phone. Scroll through my contacts. Find the name I'm looking for. Howard Chen, Robert's best friend, our lawyer. I hit call. It rings 4 times. Hello? His voice is groggy. It's almost 11. Howard, I say. My voice cracks. I need help. I can't feel my legs. The parking lot is empty now. Daniel's car is gone. Just me and the streetlights and the sound of my own breathing. 20 minutes I've been sitting here. Maybe longer. My face is wet. I don't remember starting to cry. The steering wheel is cold under my palms. I grip it tight, trying to steady myself, trying to make sense of what I just heard. She doesn't get anything. The cheap one. She won't know the difference. His words loop in my head. Over and over, like a song I can't turn off. I need to go home. I turn the key. The engine coughs to life. Dashboard lights up pale green glow across my hands. They look old in this light, veiny, spotted. When did I get so old? I pull out of the parking lot, turn left onto Maple Street, the street I've driven down 1,000 times. Everything looks wrong tonight. The houses are the same mailboxes, same driveways, but they feel different, like I'm seeing them through someone else's eyes. The Hendersons' place still has their Halloween decorations up, plastic skeletons on the lawn, a witch on the porch. Their grandkids probably put those up. I can picture it, little hands, laughter, someone taking photos. Daniel used to love Halloween. I'd make his costumes by hand. He was a dinosaur one year, a knight the next. He'd come home with a pillowcase full of candy and dump it all on the kitchen table. We'd sort it together, trading the ones he didn't like for the ones he did. He hasn't come over for Halloween in 6 years. I pass the Wilsons' house, lights on in every window. I can see shadows moving inside, a family, together. My house will be dark when I get there. It's always dark now. I stop at a red light. Main Street. The traffic light sways in the wind. No other cars, just me. The light turns green. I don't move right away. What am I going home to? An empty house. 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. A backyard Robert used to mow every Sunday. Too much space for one person. That's what Daniel said last year. Mom, you don't need all that space. You should downsize. Maybe get a condo. I thought he was worried about me. Thought he cared. Now I know. He just wanted the house. The car behind me honks. I jump, step on the gas. My heart is racing again. I turn onto Oak Avenue, almost home now. The porch light is on. I can see it from 2 blocks away. I always leave it on. Ever since Robert died. Daniel used to stop by after work sometimes. Unannounced. Just checking on you, Mom. He'd stay for coffee, tell me about his day, ask about mine. That stopped 2 years ago. Right around the time he married Jennifer. I pull into the driveway, put the car in park, turn off the engine. The silence is deafening. I sit there, staring at my house. Robert and I built this place 40 years ago. We were so young, so broke. We did most of the work ourselves. Painted every wall, laid the floors, planted the trees in the front yard. Those trees are taller than the roof now. Daniel grew up here. His first steps were in that living room, his first words, his first everything. This house is full of him, and he wants to take it away. I grab my purse. Get out of the car. The night air is sharp, cold. I walk up the front steps, unlock the door. Inside, it smells like the candle I lit this morning. Vanilla, Robert's favorite. The kitchen light is still on. I always leave one light on. Hate coming home to complete darkness. I set my purse on the counter, and I see them. The papers. Same place I left them this morning, right next to the coffee maker. I pick them up. My hands are steadier now. Anger does that, I guess. Burns through the shock. The top page is filled with legal words I don't understand, but I see my name over and over. And at the bottom, a blank line, waiting for my signature. Just estate planning, Mom, Daniel had said when he dropped these off. Saves on taxes, makes things easier when the time comes. When the time comes, like I'm already dead. I flip through the pages. There are sticky tabs everywhere, little arrows pointing to where I'm supposed to sign. He made it easy for me. Idiot-proof. I'm about to set them down when I see it. A corner of something sticking out from underneath. I pull it free. A brochure. Glossy, trifold, professional. Shady Pines Care Facility. Compassionate care for your loved ones. There's a photo on the front, an old woman in a wheelchair. She's smiling. The nurse behind her is smiling too. Everyone's smiling. I open it. Inside, there are more photos. A dining room, a recreation area, a bedroom with a single bed and a small window. At the bottom, in fine print, accepting Medicaid and state assistance. The cheap one. I close the brochure. Look at the back. There's a handwritten note. Daniel's handwriting. Tour scheduled for Nov 3rd. Confirm availability. November 3rd. That's 2 weeks away. He's already planning the tour. Already picking out my room. My throat tightens. I can't swallow. I look around my kitchen, the one I've cooked in for 40 years, the table where Daniel did his homework, the fridge covered in his old drawings faded now, but I never took them down. He wants to put me in a facility. A room with a single bed. A small window. She won't know the difference in a few years anyway. I set the brochure down. My hands are shaking again. On the counter, my phone buzzes. I pick it up. Text from Daniel. Hey Mom, still good for 10 tomorrow? Got the papers ready. Should only take a few minutes. I stare at the screen. He has no idea I was at the restaurant. No idea I heard everything. 3 dots appear. He's typing again. Maybe we can grab lunch after? Been too long. Lunch. He wants to take me to lunch after I sign away my life. I don't respond. I set the phone down. Look at the papers. The brochure. The note in his handwriting. He's been planning this. For how long? Weeks? Months? How many times has he sat in this kitchen, smiled at me, hugged me goodbye, all while planning to throw me away? I walk to the sink, turn on the faucet, splash cold water on my face. When I look up, I see my reflection in the window. An old woman, gray hair, tired eyes. Is this what he sees? A burden? Something to get rid of? I dry my face with a dish towel. Then I pick up my phone again. Scroll through my contacts. Howard Chen, Robert's best friend, the lawyer who handled everything when Robert died. It's late. Almost 11. But I call anyway. It rings. Once. Twice. 3 times. Hello? His voice is thick with sleep. Howard. My voice cracks. I try again. Howard, it's me. Hey, what's wrong? Are you okay? I look at the papers on the counter, the brochure, the note. No, I whisper. I'm not okay. Silence on the other end. I need help, I say. I need you to tell me what these papers really say. What papers? The ones Daniel brought me? The estate planning ones? Another pause. Are you alone right now? Howard asks. His voice is sharp now. Awake. Yes. Don't sign anything. Do you hear me? Don't sign a single thing. My chest tightens. Howard. I'm coming over, he says, right now. Don't open the door for anyone but me. The line goes dead. I stand there, phone in my hand, heart pounding. Outside, a car drives by. Headlights sweep across my kitchen. For a second, I think it's Daniel. Coming back. Coming to finish what he started. But the car keeps going. And I'm alone again. I look down at the papers. At my son's handwriting on the brochure. Tour scheduled for Nov 3rd. 2 weeks. That's how long I have before he tries to erase me. Howard doesn't come alone. He arrives 20 minutes later with his briefcase and reading glasses and a look on his face I've never seen before. Fury. Show me, he says. No hello, no small talk. I hand him the papers. He spreads them across my kitchen table, flips through them fast, too fast, like he already knows what he's looking for. His jaw tightens. Son of a bitch, he mutters. What? My voice comes out small, scared. Howard looks up at me, takes off his glasses. Did you sign these? No. I almost did last month. My hand was on the pen, but something felt wrong, so I told him I'd read them first. Thank God. He sits down hard in the chair. Thank God you didn't sign. My stomach drops. Howard, what do they say? He points to a paragraph buried in the middle of page 3. Dense legal language, words that blur together. This isn't estate planning, he says slowly. This is a complete transfer of assets. Your house, your bank accounts, everything. The moment you sign this, it all goes to Daniel, immediately. The room tilts. And this part here, he flips to page 5. This gives him full power of attorney. Medical decisions, financial decisions, where you live, what care you receive, everything. I can't breathe. You'd have nothing, Howard continues. No control, no say. He could put you anywhere he wanted. And legally, you couldn't stop him. The brochure is still on the counter. Shady Pines. Howard sees it, picks it up. His face goes red. That bastard, he whispers. I sink into a chair. My legs won't hold me anymore. My son, I say. The words taste like poison. My son did this. Howard's quiet for a long moment. Then, what do you want to do? I don't know. I don't know anything anymore. I need. My voice breaks. I need to think. Howard nods. I'll take these papers with me. Keep them safe. And tomorrow, when he shows up, you tell him you need more time, that you want your own lawyer to review them. He'll be angry. Let him be angry. Howard stands, puts his hand on my shoulder. You're not alone in this, okay? Robert made me promise to look out for you, and I will. After he leaves, the house feels even emptier. I can't sleep. At 3 in the morning, I'm standing in the hallway, staring at the attic door. I haven't been up there in years. But I need to remember. I need to remember who my son used to be. I pull down the attic stairs. They creak under my weight. The air up here is thick with dust. I turn on the light. Single bulb, yellow and dim. Boxes everywhere. Labeled in Robert's handwriting. Christmas decorations. Daniel school years. Baby clothes. I open the one marked Daniel school years. The smell hits me first. Old paper. Crayons. Time. Inside, there are drawings. Dozens of them. Stick figures holding hands. Me and Mom and Dad. Hearts in every corner. His first report card. All A's. Daniel is a joy to have in class. A Mother's Day card. Construction paper. Glitter everywhere. I love you, Mom. You are the best. He wrote that. My son wrote that. I pull out more. Birthday cards. Thank you notes. A letter from summer camp. I miss you. Come visit soon. At the bottom of the box, I find a photo album. I open it. The first picture, Daniel at 2 years old, covered in birthday cake. Robert and I are on either side of him. We're laughing, all three of us. We were so happy. I flip through. Daniel's first day of kindergarten. Little backpack, missing tooth. Robert's arm around my waist. Daniel at his high school graduation. Cap and gown, that same smile. Daniel at his wedding. I stop. This photo is different. He's standing next to Jennifer. White dress, flower bouquet. They're smiling. But Daniel's smile doesn't reach his eyes. I never noticed that before. I look closer. Jennifer's hand is on his arm. Tight. Possessive. And Daniel's looking at the camera like he's somewhere else. I flip to the next page. More wedding photos. But Robert's not in any of them. He died 6 months before the wedding. Daniel didn't want to postpone. Dad would want us to move forward, Mom. I didn't argue. Didn't want to seem selfish. So I paid for everything. The venue, the dress, the flowers. $60,000. Jennifer picked everything out. I wasn't invited to most of the planning meetings. Too stressful for you, Mom, Daniel said. We've got it handled. I thought he was being considerate. Now I know better. I close the album, set it aside. Open another box. This one is labeled Robert Personal. Inside, there are letters, dozens of them, tied with string. I untie the bundle. The top letter is addressed to Daniel. Robert's handwriting, shaky near the end. He wrote this 2 days before he died. I unfold it carefully. Danny, I don't have much time left. The doctors say days, maybe a week. I need you to know something. Your mother, she gave up everything for us. Her nursing career, her friends, her dreams. She did it because she loved us. No regrets, no complaints. I'm asking you, begging you, take care of her when I'm gone. She's the strongest person I know, but she'll need you. Don't let her face the world alone. I love you, son. Make me proud. Dad. I read it 3 times. My hands are shaking so hard the paper rattles. Robert made him promise. Take care of her. Don't let her face the world alone. I fold the letter, carefully, like it might disintegrate. Did Daniel ever read this? Or did he throw it away? I dig deeper into the box. More letters, some from Robert to me, love letters from when we were dating. And at the very bottom, a large manila envelope. I pull it out. It's sealed. My name is written on the front. Robert's handwriting again. For my girl, when you need it most. I tear it open. Inside, there's a document. Official looking, county seal at the top. A deed. To this house. My name is on it. Only my name. Not Daniel's, not a joint ownership. Just me. There's a note paperclip to it. Robert's handwriting. Maggie. This house is yours. Completely. I made sure of it after the diagnosis. No matter what happens, no matter who tries to take it, it's yours. Nobody can touch this, not without your permission. You're safe here. I love you. R. Quote, I press the deed to my chest. He protected me. Even after death, he protected me. My phone buzzes on the table downstairs. I hear it even from up here. I climb down the attic stairs, legs stiff, eyes burning. The phone screen is lit up. Text from Daniel. Morning, Mom. On my way. Be there in 20. Have the papers ready. It's 9:40. He's early. I look at the deed in my hand, then at the clock. 20 minutes. I text back. Actually, can we reschedule? Not feeling well today. 3 dots immediately. Mom, this is important. I already cleared my morning. My jaw tightens. I need more time to review everything. I want my lawyer to look at them. The dots appear, disappear, appear again. Then, your lawyer? Mom, you don't need a lawyer. It's just standard paperwork. I already explained everything. I want Howard to review them anyway. Long pause. Fine, whatever. But we need to get this done. Call me when you're ready. No feel better. No love you. Just annoyance. I set the phone down. Look at the deed again. Robert's words echo in my head. Nobody can take this. Not without your permission. I walk to the counter. Pick up the Shady Pines brochure. Read the handwritten note again. Tour scheduled for Nov, 3rd. He was so sure I'd sign. So confident I'd just hand everything over. Behind me, there's a sound. A car in the driveway. I freeze. Walk to the window. Peek through the curtain. It's him. Daniel's black SUV. He's here. Even though I said no. Even though I asked to reschedule. He's here anyway. The car door opens. He steps out, suit and tie, briefcase in hand. He's dressed like this is a business meeting, not a visit to his mother. He walks up the front steps, knocks on the door. Mom, it's me. Open up. I don't move. Mom, I know you're in there. Your car's in the driveway. Another knock. Harder this time. Come on, this is ridiculous. Just let me in. We'll get this done in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. That's all it would take to erase me. Mom. His voice is sharp now, angry. I step back from the window. My phone buzzes. Text from Daniel. Open the door, now. Not a request. A command. I look at the deed in my hand. At Robert's note. You're safe here. I walk to the door. Stand on the other side. Daniel's shadow is visible through the frosted glass. Mom, I swear to God. I unlock the door. Pull it open. Daniel's face shifts, anger to fake concern in half a second. There you are, he says, smiling. You okay? You said you weren't feeling well? I don't smile back. I told you I needed more time. His smile tightens. Mom, come on. We've been over this 100 times. It's just a signature. Howard's reviewing the papers. Daniel's jaw twitches. Howard, why are you dragging him into this? Because he's my lawyer. I'm your son. That's what I thought too. Silence. Something flickers in his eyes. Confusion? Fear? What's that supposed to mean? He asks slowly. I hold up the deed, the one with only my name. This house is mine, I say quietly. Your father made sure of it, and it's staying mine. Daniel stares at the document. His face goes pale, then red. How did you help? It doesn't matter, I cut him off. What matters is that I'm not signing your papers, not today, not ever. His mask cracks. Mom, you don't understand. I was at Romano's Thursday night. The color drains from his face completely. What? I heard everything. His mouth opens, closes, opens again. No words come out. Every single word, I repeat. He takes a step back, and for the first time in years, my son looks me in the eye. Really looks at me. And I see it. Guilt. Daniel runs. Not physically, but he might as well have. He backs down the steps, stumbles a little, catches himself on the railing. Mom, I can explain. Get off my property. My voice doesn't shake. I'm surprised by that. You don't understand, Jennifer. I said, get off my property. He stares at me, mouth open, like he's seeing a stranger. Good. Maybe he is. He walks backward to his car, eyes on me the whole time, like I might chase him. I won't. I just watch. He gets in, slams the door. The engine roars to life. He sits there for a moment, hands on the wheel, staring straight ahead. Then he peels out, tires screeching on the pavement. Gone. I close the door, lock it, deadbolt and chain. Then I slide down to the floor and cry. Not sad crying, angry crying. The kind that comes from somewhere deep, somewhere I forgot existed. I cry until there's nothing left. Then I call Howard. His office is downtown, 3rd floor of an old brick building. The elevator is broken, has been for months. I take the stairs, slow, one at a time. By the time I reach the 3rd floor, I'm out of breath. Howard's waiting for me at the top. Come on, let's get you sitting. His office is small, cluttered, diplomas on the walls, photos of his grandkids on the desk, a dying plant in the corner. It smells like coffee and old books. Safe. He sits me down in the leather chair across from his desk, hands me a bottle of water. Drink, he orders. I do. He sits across from me, pulls out the papers Daniel gave me, spreads them on the desk between us. Tell me what happened this morning, he says. I tell him everything. Daniel showing up anyway, the confrontation, the look on his face when I told him I knew. Howard listens, doesn't interrupt, just nods. When I finish, he leans back in his chair, takes off his glasses, rubs his eyes. This is bad, he says quietly. I know. No, I mean legally. This is bad. He puts his glasses back on, points to the papers. I went through these last night, line by line. It's worse than I thought. My stomach clenches. This transfer of assets, it's immediate and irrevocable. The second you sign, everything goes to Daniel. The house, your savings, your retirement accounts, all of it. Can I get it back? If I sign? No. That's what irrevocable means. Once it's done, it's done. He flips to another page. And this power of attorney clause, it's not just financial. It's medical too. He'd control every decision. Where you live, what doctors you see, what medications you take. End-of-life care. The room feels smaller. You'd have no legal rights to contest any of his decisions, Howard continues. He could put you in a facility, refuse visitors, control your phone calls, everything. That's legal? If you sign this? Yes. I feel sick. Howard leans forward. His voice drops. There's something else. This type of document, it's designed to look like standard estate planning. Most people wouldn't catch the language. It's deliberately confusing. So Daniel knew what he was doing. Either he knew, or someone told him how to do it. Jennifer. Her face flashes in my mind. That laugh at the restaurant. This isn't just greed, Howard says. This is elder abuse, financial exploitation. It's a crime. The word hangs in the air. Crime. My son is a criminal. What do I do? I ask. My voice sounds hollow. Howard is quiet for a long moment. Then, what do you want to do? I don't know. Do you want to press charges? I think about Daniel as a little boy. Halloween costumes, birthday cakes, Mother's Day cards. I don't know, I repeat. Howard nods, like he expected that answer. Okay, here's what we do. First, we protect you legally. I'll draft a new will. Make sure your assets are protected. Make sure nobody can manipulate you into signing anything. Okay. Second, I'll file a report with Adult Protective Services. Let them know what's happening. They'll open a case file, document everything. Will Daniel find out? Eventually. But it protects you if he tries anything else. I nod. Can't speak. Third, Howard hesitates. Third, you need to decide if you want to pursue legal action, criminal charges, a restraining order, something. I need time. I know. But you don't have much. Daniel's going to regroup. He's going to come back with a new plan. They always do. They, like Daniel, is some stranger, some predator. Not my son. There's one more thing, Howard says. He pulls out a small device. Black, rectangular, about the size of a phone. What is that? A recorder? Audio recorder. If Daniel contacts you again, I want you to record the conversation. Every word. Is that legal? In this state? Yes, as long as one party consents, and you're the party. He slides it across the desk. I stare at it. I know this feels wrong, Howard says gently, but you need evidence. If this goes to court, and it might, you'll need proof of what he said, what he tried to do. I pick up the recorder. It's heavier than I expected. How does it work? He shows me. Simple button on the side. Red light when it's recording. Keep it with you. In your purse, your pocket, wherever. If Daniel shows up, if he calls, if anything happens, you record it. I slip it into my purse. One last thing, Howard says. He pulls out a folder. Thick, official looking. I had this drawn up last night. Emergency protective order. If you feel threatened at any point, if Daniel tries to force his way into your house, if he won't leave you alone, you call the police and give them this. He hands it to me. It's already signed by a judge. All you have to do is activate it. The folder feels like it weighs 100 pounds. This is really happening, I whisper. Howard reaches across the desk, takes my hand. I'm sorry, he says. I'm so sorry Robert isn't here for this. He'd know what to do. He'd be heartbroken. He'd be furious. We sit in silence for a moment. Then my phone buzzes. I pull it out. Text from Daniel. Mom, we need to talk. Please. I'm sorry. Can I come over tonight? I show Howard. His jaw tightens. Do not let him in that house. What do I say? Nothing. Don't respond. Another buzz. Mom, please. I know you're angry, but there's more to the story. Jennifer, she's the one who... The message cuts off. 3 dots. Just let me explain. Please. I'm still your son. My chest aches. He is still my son. No matter what he's done. No matter what he tried to do. What if he's telling the truth? I ask quietly. What if Jennifer pushed him into this? Howard's face softens. Then he's still responsible. He's a grown man. He made choices. But, no buts. He tried to steal your life. Whether it was his idea or hers, he went along with it. I know he's right. But it doesn't make it hurt less. My phone buzzes again. I'm coming over at 7. We need to talk face to face. Not a question. A statement. Howard sees it. You're not going to be alone tonight. I'll be there. Howard, you don't have to. Yes, I do. Robert would haunt me if I let you face this alone. Despite everything, I almost smile. Almost. What time is it? I ask. Howard checks his watch. 2:30. 4.5 hours until Daniel shows up. Go home, Howard says. Lock your doors. Don't answer if he comes early. I'll be there at 6:30. We'll handle this together. I stand, legs shaky. Howard walks me to the door. You're stronger than you think. You know that, right? I don't feel strong. That's how you know you are. Strong people never feel strong. They just do what needs to be done. I hug him. Quick and tight. Thank you, I whisper. That's what family does. Family. Real family. Not the kind that tries to warehouse you in a state facility. The drive home is a blur. I park in the driveway, sit there for a moment. The house looks the same porch, same windows, same trees. But everything's different now. I walk inside, lock the door behind me. The kitchen is exactly how I left it. Papers on the counter, Robert's note, the deed. I pick up the deed, hold it like a lifeline. You're safe here. My phone buzzes. Text from an unknown number. You're making a mistake. He's your son. Family forgives family. Jennifer. It has to be. I block the number. Immediately, another text comes through. Different number. You're going to regret this, you bitter old woman. Block. Another text, another number. We gave you years of our lives. You owe us. Block. They're not stopping. My phone buzzes over and over, different numbers, same messages. Threats, guilt trips, manipulation. I turn off my phone. The silence is deafening. I sit at the kitchen table, Look at the clock. 3:15. 3 hours and 45 minutes. I don't know what Daniel's going to say when he shows up. I don't know what I'm going to say back. But I know one thing. I reach into my purse, pull out the recorder Howard gave me, press the button on the side. Red light blinks on. I set it on the table. And I wait. 6:45. Howard's car pulls into the driveway. I watch from the window. He gets out, briefcase in hand, another man with him. Tall, gray hair, serious face. They walk up together. I open the door before they knock. "This is Detective Sarah Rodriguez," Howard says. "She's with the county sheriff's office, Elder Abuse Division." My stomach drops. "Howard, I didn't say I wanted." "I know." He cuts me off gently. "But this is bigger than what you want now. This is about what's right. Sarah's here as a witness, nothing more. Unless you decide otherwise." Detective Rodriguez extends her hand. "Mrs., I'm sorry. What do you prefer to be called?" Just my first name is fine." She nods. Professional, kind eyes. "I'm here to observe, that's all. If at any point you feel unsafe, I'm here. But this is your show, your decision." I let them in. Howard sets up in the living room, positions himself near the door. Detective Rodriguez sits in the corner, quiet, almost invisible. "When he gets here," Howard says, "you talk to him. Say what you need to say. The recorder will catch everything. So will Sarah's body camera." I look at the detective. She taps the small device clipped to her shirt. "Standard procedure," she says. "I record all interactions." My hands are shaking. 7 o'clock comes and goes. 7:15. 7:30. "Maybe he's not coming," I say. Howard checks his phone. "He'll come. Men like this always do. They can't stand losing control." At 7:42, headlights sweep across the living room. We all freeze. A car door slams. Footsteps on the walkway. Then a knock. "Mom? It's me. Open up." Daniel's voice. Strained, desperate. I look at Howard. He nods. I walk to the door, hand on the knob. Deep breath. I open it. Daniel stands there. He looks terrible. Eyes red, shirt wrinkled, hair a mess. "Mom," he breathes, relief flooding his face. "Thank God, I need to." He stops. Sees Howard behind me. Then Detective Rodriguez in the corner. His face changes, hardens. "What is this?" he asks slowly. "Come in," I say. My voice is steadier than I feel. He doesn't move. "Not until you tell me what's going on." "We need to talk. That's what you said, right?" He looks past me again. At Howard. At the detective. "Alone," he says. "Just you and me." "No." The word comes out firm. Final. Daniel's jaw tightens. "Mom, this is ridiculous. I'm your son. Whatever Howard's been telling you." "Howard didn't tell me anything. I heard it myself. At Romano's, remember?" His face pales. "You were there," he whispers. "I was there." Silence. He runs his hand through his hair. Okay. I know how that sounded, but you don't understand the full story." "Then tell me." He glances at Howard and Sarah again. "Not with them here." "Yes, with them here, or not at all." He shifts his weight. Trapped. Finally, he steps inside. I close the door behind him. We stand in the entryway. Nobody sits. This isn't that kind of conversation. "Talk," I say. Daniel takes a breath. "Jennifer, she's the one who—" "Don't." My voice cuts through his stammering. "Don't you dare blame her for this. You were there. You said those things. You brought me those papers. She manipulated me. You're 43 years old, Daniel. Nobody manipulates you into trying to steal your mother's house." His face flushes. "It wasn't like that." "Then what was it like? Explain to me how she doesn't get anything and the cheap one and she won't know the difference was anything other than exactly what it sounded like." He flinches with every word. I was angry that day. We'd been fighting," Jennifer wanted. "Stop saying her name like it absolves you." Silence. He looks at the floor. I didn't mean it. Which part? The part where you were going to take my house? Or the part where you were going to put me in a state facility and forget about me? I wasn't going to forget about you. No? When's the last time you visited Daniel? Not for papers, not for signatures, just to see me. He doesn't answer. 2 years, I say quietly. It's been 2 years since you came here just to spend time with me. 2 years since you called to ask how I was doing, not to ask for something, just to talk. I've been busy. Don't. My voice breaks. Don't insult me with that. Tears well up in his eyes. Mom, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. You were thinking I was expendable. You were thinking I was in the way. No. You were thinking about money, about the house, about getting what you felt you deserved. He wipes his eyes. That's not fair. Fair? The word comes out like a slap. You want to talk about fair? I gave you $400,000, Daniel. The life insurance money, your father's life insurance, the money that was supposed to keep me safe. You offered. Because you told me you needed it. You said you'd never afford a house otherwise. You said Jennifer was pregnant. You said, I stop. Breathe. Jennifer was never pregnant, was she? Silence. Was she? I press. She had a miscarriage, he mumbles. When? Before we told you. My chest tightens. So you lied. You used a pregnancy that never existed to get money from me. It wasn't like that. What was it like then? Tell me. Because from where I'm standing, you spent 2 years planning how to take everything else I had. And when you were done, you were going to throw me away. Mom. Shady Pines, Daniel. The cheap one. Those were your words. He's crying now, full-on sobbing. I know, God, I know. I hate myself for it. You should. The words hang in the air. Howard shifts behind me. Detective Rodriguez is statue still in the corner. Daniel looks up, red-eyed, broken. What do you want me to do? Tell me. I'll do anything. I want you to leave. Mom. I want you to leave my house, and I don't want you to come back. He takes a step forward. Please, don't do this. I'm your son. Then act like it. My voice rises. Act like the boy I raised, the one who brought me dandelions, the one who did his homework at that table, the one who promised his father on his deathbed that he'd take care of me. Daniel freezes. What? I pull the letter from my pocket. The one from Robert. I've been carrying it all day. Your father wrote you a letter, 2 days before he died. Did you ever read it? Daniel stares at the paper in my hand. I don't. He begged you to take care of me. He said I gave up everything for this family. He asked you not to let me face the world alone. I hold it out. Daniel doesn't take it. Read it, I say. Mom, I can't. Read it. My voice echoes through the house. Slowly, Daniel reaches out, takes the letter. His hands shake as he unfolds it. I watch his eyes move across the words. Robert's handwriting. Shaky but clear. Take care of your mother. Don't let her face the world alone. Make me proud. Daniel's face crumples. He sinks to his knees. Oh God, he chokes out. Oh God, what have I done? He's sobbing, clutching the letter, rocking back and forth. Part of me wants to go to him. The mother part. The part that remembers rocking him to sleep, kissing scraped knees, wiping away tears. But I don't move. What do I do? He gasps. How do I fix this? I don't know if you can. He looks up at me. Please, please, Mom, I'll do anything. I'll sell the house Jennifer and I bought. I'll pay you back, every cent. I don't want your money. Then what? What do you want? I'm quiet for a long moment. Then, I want to know why. What? Why? I repeat. Why wasn't I enough? Why wasn't our relationship worth protecting? Why was money more important than me? Daniel opens his mouth, closes it. No answer comes. That's what I thought, I whisper. I turn to Howard. Do you have the new will? He pulls a document from his briefcase. What's that? Daniel asks, voice cracking. My new will, I say. Everything I own, the house, what's left of my savings, everything, it goes to charity when I die. The children's hospital where I used to volunteer. Daniel's face goes white. You're cutting me out. You tried to cut me out first. Mom, no. Please, don't do this. It's already done. Howard filed it this morning. Daniel turns to Howard. You can't, she's not thinking clearly. She's completely competent, Howard says coldly. I had her evaluated by 2 independent doctors. Court admissible documentation. She knows exactly what she's doing. Daniel looks at Detective Rodriguez. You're just going to let this happen? She's being manipulated. By whom? Sarah's voice is calm, neutral. From where I'm sitting, you're the one who brought fraudulent documents designed to steal her assets. That's elder abuse. That's a crime. Daniel's face goes from white to gray. You want to talk about manipulation? Sarah continues. Let's talk about the power of attorney clause buried in those papers, the one that would have given you complete control over her life. I didn't mean. You didn't mean to commit a felony? The word hits like a bomb. Felony. Daniel looks at me, wild-eyed, panicked. Mom, tell them. Tell them I'd never hurt you. Tell them. But you did hurt me, I say quietly. You hurt me worse than anyone ever has. His face crumbles again. Behind him, there's a sound. The front door opens. We all turn. Jennifer stands in the doorway. Expensive purse, perfect hair, cold eyes. Daniel, she says sharply. Get in the car, now. He doesn't move. Daniel. Her voice is ice. We're leaving. Jennifer, you need to shut up and get in the car before you make this worse. She looks at me. Her lip curls. You think you've won? She says. You're a bitter old woman who's going to die alone in this house, and no one will care. The words are meant to hurt. They do. But I don't let it show. Maybe, I say. But at least I'll die with my dignity. Can you say the same? Her eyes flash. She grabs Daniel's arm. Let's go. He pulls away. Jennifer, stop. No, you stop. This is pathetic. Groveling to her. She's already made up her mind. She looks at Detective Rodriguez, at her body camera. Something shifts in her expression. Come on, she says, quieter now. Controlled. There's nothing left to say here. Daniel looks at me one more time. Mom. Go, I say. His face breaks. But he goes. Jennifer pulls him out the door. Their car starts, backs out of the driveway. Gone. The silence that follows is suffocating. I stand there, frozen. Then my legs give out. Howard catches me, lowers me into a chair. You did it, he says softly. It's over. But it doesn't feel over. It feels like the end of everything. Detective Rodriguez crouches in front of me. Ma'am, do you want to press charges? I look at her, this stranger who witnessed my family fall apart. I don't know. She nods. You don't have to decide tonight. But I need to ask, do you feel safe? Do I? Yes, I whisper. If that changes, if they come back, if they threaten you, you call 911 immediately. Okay? I nod. She stands, hands me a card, my direct number, anytime, day or night. I take it. She and Howard exchange a look. Then she leaves. Just me and Howard now. He sits across from me, says nothing. We sit in silence for what feels like hours. Finally, I speak. What do I do now? Howard's quiet for a moment. Then, you live. You move forward. You survive. I don't know how. Yes, you do. You've done it before. Robert. He means Robert. This is different, I say. I know. More silence. My phone buzzes. I don't want to look. But I do. Text from unknown number. You'll regret this. I show Howard. His jaw clenches. I'm filing for a restraining order tomorrow, against both of them. I nod. Numb. Another buzz. This time, it's a different number. I almost don't open it. But something makes me. Mrs. Sullivan? This is Emma, Jennifer's sister. I heard what happened tonight. I need to talk to you. It's important. About Jennifer. About what she's done before. I stare at the screen. What is it? Howard asks. I turn the phone toward him. He reads it. His eyes widen. Before? He repeats. My hands start shaking again. Howard, I whisper. What if Daniel's not the first? I don't sleep. Can't. Every time I close my eyes, I see Daniel's face, the way it crumpled when he read his father's letter. The way Jennifer's eyes went cold when she looked at me. You're going to die alone in this house. Maybe she's right. At 3 a.m, I'm still staring at Emma's text. About what she's done before. Before? What does that mean? I type back. Can we meet? The response is immediate. Like she's been waiting. Yes, tomorrow. I'll come to you. Is 10 a.m. okay? Yes. Don't tell Daniel I'm reaching out, please. He doesn't speak to me anymore. Jennifer made sure of that. My stomach turns. I won't tell him. Thank you. See you tomorrow. I set the phone down. Stare at the ceiling. What did Jennifer do before? And why didn't Emma warn me sooner? 10 o'clock comes too fast. I've been up since dawn, showered, made coffee, sat at the kitchen table staring at nothing. Howard called twice. Asked if I wanted him here for the meeting. I said no. Whatever Emma has to say, I need to hear it without a lawyer in the room. At 9:58, a car pulls up. Small sedan. Dented bumper. Nothing like the cars Daniel and Jennifer drive. A woman gets out. Mid-30s, brown hair pulled back, jeans and a sweater, nervous eyes. She walks up slowly, like she's approaching a wild animal. I open the door before she knocks. Emma? She nods. Thank you for seeing me. I step aside, let her in. She looks around the entryway. At the photos on the wall, Daniel as a baby, Daniel's graduation, Daniel's wedding. Her eyes linger on the wedding photo. I tried to warn him, she says quietly. Before this, before the wedding, he wouldn't listen. Come sit, I say. We go to the kitchen. I pour her coffee. She wraps her hands around the mug like she's cold. I don't know how to start, she says. Start with the truth. She takes a breath. Jennifer's my half-sister. Same father, different mothers. We didn't grow up together. I barely knew her until about 10 years ago. I nod. Say nothing. She was married before Daniel, Emma continues. To a man named David Chen. Good man, quiet, kind. His mother lived with them, Mrs. Chen. Sweet lady, 70-something, widowed. My chest tightens. Jennifer hated her, Emma says. She'd complain about her constantly. Said Mrs. Chen was intrusive, controlling, always in their business. Was she? No. She helped around the house, babysat their dog, stayed out of the way. Jennifer she didn't want her there. She wanted the house to herself. Emma's hands shake around the mug. Jennifer started planting seeds, telling David his mother was getting forgetful, that she was declining, that maybe they should look at care facilities. Oh God. David didn't want to hear it at first, but Jennifer kept pushing, started documenting things. Your mom left the stove on. She forgot to take her pills. She got lost driving home. Did those things happen? Emma's eyes meet mine. I don't know, but I was there for Thanksgiving that year. Mrs. Chen seemed fine to me, sharp, alert, but David was convinced she was slipping. I feel sick. Jennifer found a facility. Not a nice one, cheap, state-run. She convinced David it was all they could afford, that his mother's savings would cover it. Let me guess, I whisper. She wanted the house. Emma nods. Mrs. Chen had a house, paid off, worth about $600,000. Jennifer convinced David to put it in their name, for estate planning, to avoid probate. It's the same story. The exact same story. Mrs. Chen signed the papers? I ask. She did. She trusted her son, and once the house was transferred, Jennifer moved her to the facility. Shady Pines, actually. The room spins. Shady Pines. The same place. What happened to Mrs. Chen? I ask. I'm not sure I want to know. Emma's eyes fill with tears. She died 8 months later. Pneumonia. She was in a shared room, understaffed facility. No one noticed she was sick until it was too late. I cover my mouth. David was devastated, Emma continues. But Jennifer kept telling him it wasn't his fault, that his mother was old, that it was her time. Did he believe her? For a while. But then, Emma stops, wipes her eyes. Then he found the financial records. Jennifer had been bleeding his mother's savings, expensive vacations, new car, designer clothes. By the time Mrs. Chen died, there was almost nothing left. My hands ball into fists. When David confronted her, Jennifer said it was his fault too, that he agreed to everything, that he signed the papers, that he was just as responsible. What did he do? Emma's voice drops to a whisper. 3 weeks later, he drove his car into a tree, going 80 miles an hour on a straight road. The silence is deafening. The police ruled it an accident, Emma says, but I know better. David couldn't live with what he'd done, with what Jennifer made him do. Tears stream down my face. I tried to tell the police, Emma continues, but I had no proof, just suspicions. And Jennifer played the grieving widow perfectly. Everyone felt sorry for her. How did she meet Daniel? I ask. 6 months after David died. Online dating. She targeted him. Targeted? Emma nods. Jennifer doesn't date randomly. She looks for men with assets, with family money, with mothers who are vulnerable. The words hit like a punch. I found her search history once, Emma says. She was researching inheritance laws, estate planning, elder care facilities, power of attorney. This was before she even met Daniel. You said you tried to warn him. I did. Right before the wedding. I sent him everything I had. Copies of Mrs. Chen's financial records, David's death certificate, articles about financial elder abuse. What did he say? He never responded. Jennifer told him I was jealous, that I was mentally unstable, that I was trying to sabotage their happiness. He cut me off completely. Why didn't you come to me? Emma looks down. I thought about it, but what was I supposed to say? Your son's fiancé is a predator? You'd never have believed me, and Jennifer would have turned Daniel against me even more. She's right. I wouldn't have believed her. Why come forward now? I ask. Because last month, I hacked Jennifer's computer. My eyes widen. Emma pulls out her phone, opens an email, forwards it to me. Look at this. I open my email on my phone, click the forwarded message. It's a document. Screenshot of a spreadsheet. At the top, estate planning, phase 2. Below, there are line items. House value, $850,000. Remaining savings, $180,000. Life insurance, $2 million. Life insurance. Daniel updated his life insurance last month, Emma says quietly. $2 million policy. Accidental death pays double. My blood runs cold. Scroll down, Emma says. I do. More line items. Shady Pines deposit, $3,000. Power of attorney, filed. Accident plan, in progress. Accident plan. What does that mean? I whisper. Emma pulls up another screenshot. This is Jennifer's browser history from 2 weeks ago. I read the search terms. How to stage an accidental death. Brake line failures. Undetectable poisons. Accidental drowning statistics. I can't breathe. She's planning to kill him, I choke out. I think so. After she gets everything from you, after the house is transferred, after the power of attorney is signed, she'll stage an accident, collect the life insurance, and disappear. We have to tell him. I tried. 2 days ago. He blocked my number. I stand up. Pace. Then we go to the police. With what? Search history? A spreadsheet that could mean anything? They'll say it's not enough. Then what do we do? My voice rises. Let her kill my son? Emma stands too. No, we warn him. But he won't believe it coming from me. It has to come from you. He's not speaking to me either. He will. Eventually. And when he does, you tell him everything. You show him this evidence. You make him understand. I stare at the screenshots on my phone. Accident plan. In progress. What if he doesn't believe me? I ask. Then we try something else. But we can't give up, because if we do, Emma's voice breaks. If we do, Daniel dies. Just like David did. A car door slams outside. We both freeze. I go to the window. Peek through the curtain. It's Daniel's SUV. He's getting out. Alone. No, Jennifer. He looks terrible. Like he hasn't slept. Like he's been crying. It's him, I whisper. Emma goes pale. I have to go. If he sees me here... Back door, I say quickly. Through the kitchen. She grabs her purse. Heads for the back. Wait, I call out. She turns. Send me everything. All the evidence, all the screenshots, everything you have. She nods. Already done. Check your email. Then she's gone. The front door knocks. Mom? It's me. Please. I need to talk to you. I look at my phone. At the search terms? How to stage an accidental death. My son is in danger. And he has no idea. I walk to the door. Take a breath. Open it. Daniel stands there. Eyes red, face drawn. Mom, he says, voice breaking. I'm so sorry. For everything. Please. Let me explain. He's crying again. And all I can think about is the spreadsheet. Life insurance. $2 million. Accident plan. In progress. Come in, I say quietly. He steps inside, looks around like he's never been here before. I left her, he says suddenly. I freeze. What? Jennifer. I left her. This morning. Packed a bag and left. Where is she? At the house. I don't know. I didn't tell her where I was going. He sinks onto the couch, buries his face in his hands. I don't know what happened to me, he chokes out. I don't know how I became this person, how I let her, He can't finish. I sit next to him. Not too close. Not yet. Daniel, I say carefully. I need you to listen to me. Really listen. He looks up. Okay. Jennifer, she's not who you think she is. His face hardens slightly. Mom, I know you hate her, but she was married before you, to a man named David Chen. Daniel blinks. I know, he died in a car accident. It wasn't an accident. Silence. What are you talking about? He asks slowly. I pull out my phone, show him Emma's email, the screenshots, the search history. He reads in silence. His face goes from confused to pale to gray. This can't be real, he whispers. It is. Emma sent it to me. Your wife's sister, the one Jennifer told you was crazy. Emma's lying. Is she? Or did Jennifer convince you she was? Daniel stares at the screen, at the words. Accident plan. In progress. She's going to kill you, I say quietly. After she takes everything, after the insurance, she's going to stage an accident, just like she did with David. No. He shakes his head. No, Jennifer, wouldn't she loves me? Does she? The question hangs in the air. Daniel's hands start shaking. I need to go home, he says suddenly, standing. I need to talk to her. She'll explain. Daniel. No. She's my wife. She's a murderer. The word echoes through the house. Daniel stares at me, face twisted in anguish. I have to hear it from her, he says. Then take the police with you. I'm not bringing the police to my house based on some emails from Emma. Then at least take me, or Howard, or someone. Don't go alone. He heads for the door. Daniel, please. I'll call you later, Mom. He leaves. The door closes behind him. I stand there, frozen. Then I grab my phone. Call 911. 911, what's your emergency? My son, I gasp. He's going home to confront his wife. She's dangerous. She's planning to kill him. You have to send someone. Ma'am, slow down. What's your son's address? I give it to them. We'll send a unit for a welfare check. What's his name? I tell them. Stay on the line with me, okay? I pace. Phone pressed to my ear. Minutes feel like hours. Ma'am? Our officers are at the residence now. They're making contact. Is he okay? Is my son okay? A pause. A long pause. Ma'am, I'm going to need you to stay calm. My legs give out. What happened? I whisper. Officers found your son's vehicle in the driveway. The front door was open. They're searching the residence now. And? Another pause. They found evidence of a struggle. I can't move. Can't breathe. What do you mean a struggle? My voice doesn't sound like mine. Ma'am, officers are securing the scene now. Is there somewhere you can go? Someone who can be with you? I need to get there. I need to see my son. Ma'am, you need to stay where you are. A detective will contact you shortly. No, that's my son. I'm coming. Ma'am, this is now an active crime scene. You cannot. I hang up. Grab my keys. My hands are shaking so hard I drop them twice. The drive to Daniel's house is a blur. I run 2 red lights. Don't care. Evidence of a struggle. What does that mean? Is he hurt? Is he? No, I can't think that. I pull onto their street. Police cars everywhere. Lights flashing, yellow tape across the driveway. I screech to a stop. Jump out. An officer moves to block me. Ma'am, you can't be here. That's my son's house. Where is he? Where's Daniel? Ma'am, I need you to calm down. Don't tell me to calm down. Another voice cuts through. Let her through. Detective Rodriguez. She's here. The officer steps aside. Sarah walks toward me. Her face is unreadable. Is he alive? I choke out. Please, just tell me if he's alive. He's alive. My knees buckle. She catches me. Where is he? I gasp. Ambulance. Being treated for a head wound. He's conscious. Talking. I need to see him. In a minute. First, I need to know what happened. You called 911, said his wife was planning to kill him. How did you know? I tell her everything. Fast, frantic. Emma, the screenshots, Jennifer's history, David Chen, Mrs. Chen. Sarah's face darkens with every word. Do you have the evidence Emma sent you? I pull out my phone, show her the emails, the spreadsheets, the search history. She photographs each screen with her own phone. This is enough for a warrant, she mutters. Then louder, stay here. She walks toward the house. I stand behind the tape, shaking. An ambulance is parked at the curb, back doors open. I can see him. Daniel. Sitting on the edge, paramedic pressing gauze to his head, blood on his shirt, but alive. Daniel! I call out. He turns, sees me. His face crumples. I duck under the tape. Run. The officer yells behind me, but I don't stop. I reach the ambulance. Ma'am, you can't. The paramedic starts. That's my mother, Daniel says hoarsely. Let her through. I climb into the ambulance, sit next to him. Up close, he looks worse. Gash above his left eye, bruise forming on his jaw, blood everywhere. Oh God, I whisper. What happened? She tried to kill me, he says, voice flat, shock. Jennifer? He nods, winces at the movement. I came home. She was in the kitchen. I asked her about Emma, about David Chen, about the spreadsheet. And? She laughed. His voice cracks. She actually laughed, said I was being paranoid, that Emma was lying, that I was just upset about last night and looking for someone to blame. Then what? I showed her the screenshots, the search history, the accident plan. He stops, swallows hard. Her face changed, like a switch flipped. She stopped pretending, just stared at me and said, "You weren't supposed to find out yet." My blood runs cold. I asked what she meant. She said, he closes his eyes. She said, I needed a few more weeks, just until the house transferred, until the insurance finalized. You ruined it. Daniel. She grabbed a knife from the counter, came at me. I barely got my arm up in time. He shows me his forearm, bandaged, blood seeping through. We fought. She was screaming, saying I owed her, that she'd wasted 2 years on me, that I was supposed to be easier than David. Tears streamed down his face. She said David was weak, that he couldn't handle the guilt, that she had to help him along with the car accident. She admitted it? All of it. Mrs. Chen. The money, the facility, everything. She was proud of it, Mom. Proud. He's shaking now, full body tremors. I pushed her off, ran for the door. She threw the knife, missed, hit the wall. Where is she now? I don't know. I got outside, called 911. Then I blacked out, woke up with paramedics over me. Behind us, there's shouting. We turn. Officers are coming out of the house, fast. Sarah's with them, talking into her radio. Subject not on premises. Repeat, suspect has fled. Issuing bolo. She's gone. Jennifer's gone. She ran, Daniel whispers. She's going to disappear. Sarah jogs over. Daniel, I need your statement. Everything she said, everything she did. He tells her, word for word. Sarah records it on her phone. When he finishes, she looks at me. The evidence Emma provided, combined with Daniel's statement and the physical evidence at the scene, we have enough for an arrest warrant. You have to find her, I say. We will. We've got units checking the airports, bus stations, train stations. Her photos going out to every law enforcement agency in the state. She could be anywhere by now, Daniel says hollowly. Maybe. But she left in a hurry. Left her purse, her phone, her wallet. She's on foot, and she has nothing. A uniformed officer approaches. Detective, we found something. We follow him to the house. Inside, it's chaos. Overturned furniture, blood on the kitchen floor, a knife embedded in the drywall. The officer leads us to the home office. The computer is on, screen glowing. Sarah leans in. Reads. She was booking a flight, she says. One-way ticket to Mexico, leaves in 2 hours. She's going to the airport, I say. Maybe. Or maybe she knew we'd find this. Could be a decoy. Sarah makes a call. I need units at Metro Airport. Subject may be attempting to flee the country. Jennifer Sullivan, Caucasian female, 5'6", blonde hair, brown eyes. Consider armed and dangerous. She hangs up. Looks at Daniel. You're going to the hospital. Get that head wound checked properly. I'm fine. You have a concussion. You're going. Your mother can ride with you. Daniel doesn't argue. The paramedics load him into the ambulance. I climb in beside him. As we pull away, I see Sarah coordinating with other officers. The house, Daniel's house, the one I bought with my money, is a crime scene. The life he built is destroyed. All because of Jennifer. The hospital is a blur. X-rays, stitches, questions. Daniel's quiet through all of it, staring at nothing. I hold his hand. Finally, a doctor comes in. Mild concussion, 7 stitches. The arm wound is superficial. You're lucky. Lucky. Can I go home? Daniel asks. You need someone to watch you tonight. Monitor for symptoms. Dizziness, nausea, confusion. He looks at me. He can stay with me, I say. The relief on his face nearly breaks me. We're in the waiting room when Sarah appears. Her expression tells me everything. You found her, I say. She nods. Airport. She made it through security. Was boarding the plane when TSA flagged her. Is she in custody? She is now. Fought like hell. Took 3 officers to restrain her. Daniel exhales. Long and shaky. What happens now? He asks. She'll be arraigned. Charged with attempted murder, conspiracy to commit murder, elder abuse, fraud. We're also reopening David Chen's case. If we can prove she tampered with his car, she'll face murder charges. How long will she be in jail? If she's convicted on all counts? Sarah pauses. The rest of her life. Silence. I need statements from both of you, Sarah continues. Formal ones, at the station, but that can wait until tomorrow. You've been through enough today. She hands Daniel a card. Victim services, counseling, legal aid. You're going to need support through this. He takes it. Doesn't look at it. One more thing, Sarah says. She looks at me. Emma, Jennifer's sister. She's the reason we caught this before it was too late. If she hadn't reached out. I know, I whisper. She wants to talk to you. When you're ready. I nod. Sarah leaves. It's just me and Daniel. Mom, he says quietly. I'm sorry. I know. No. I mean, his voice breaks. I'm sorry for everything. The papers, the plan, Shady Pines, all of it. I don't know who I became. You became someone she made you. That's not an excuse. No, it's not. But it's the truth. He cries then. Quiet. Broken. I put my arm around him. I almost lost you, I whisper. I almost lost my son. I almost let you. We sit there. In the fluorescent hospital light, surrounded by strangers. But we're together. And we're alive. At home, I set Daniel up in his old room. The bed is made, sheets fresh, like I knew he'd come back someday. Get some rest, I say. Mom? I turn. Can you? He stops, swallows. Can you stay? Just for a little while? He looks 12 years old again. Of course. I sit on the edge of the bed. He lies down, curls on his side. Like he used to when he was small, when he had nightmares. I read Dad's letter, he says quietly. The one you showed me. I read it over and over in the ambulance. And? He asked me to take care of you, and I tried to throw you away. Daniel, I need to make this right. I don't know how, but I need to try. I smooth his hair back, careful of the stitches. We'll figure it out, I say, together. He closes his eyes. Within minutes, he's asleep. I stay until his breathing evens out. Then I go downstairs. My phone is full of messages. Howard, Emma, Detective Rodriguez. I ignore them all. Walk to the kitchen window. The sun is setting, orange and pink across the sky. Robert used to love sunsets. We made it through another day, Maggie, he'd say. That's worth celebrating. I touch the window. We made it, Robert, I whisper. Barely, but we made it. Upstairs, I hear Daniel moving, mumbling in his sleep. I go back up. Check on him. He's still asleep, but restless. I sit in the chair by his bed. Keep watch. The way I did when he was little. The way a mother does. My phone buzzes. Text from Emma. I heard they caught her. Is Daniel okay? I type back. He's alive. Thank you. You saved him. I'm glad. I'm so glad. Can we meet? I'd like to thank you properly. I'd like that. Sunday? Sunday. I set the phone down. Daniel shifts, opens his eyes, sees me. You're still here, he murmurs. I'm still here. I thought I dreamed it. No, I'm real. This is real. He's quiet for a moment. Then, I love you, Mom. The words hit like a wave. 3 years. It's been 3 years since he said those words. I love you too, baby, I whisper. He falls back asleep, and I sit there in the dark, watching my son breathe, watching him live, because that's what mothers do. We fight, we protect, we survive, and we never, ever give up. Daniel sleeps for 14 hours straight. I check on him every 30 minutes. Doctor's orders. Make sure he can be woken. Make sure he's coherent. Each time, he mumbles something and falls back asleep. I don't sleep at all. I sit in the chair by his bed, watch the sun rise through his old bedroom window. The same window he used to press his face against as a kid, watching for Robert to come home from work. Dad's home, he'd shout, racing down the stairs. Robert would scoop him up, spin him around. How's my boy? Good. Mom made cookies. Every single day. The same ritual. Now Robert's gone. And Daniel almost was too. At 8 in the morning, Daniel's eyes finally open. Fully. Clear. Hey, he croaks. Hey, how do you feel? Like I got hit by a truck. Close. You got hit by your psychopath wife. He flinches. Ex-wife. I'm filing for divorce today. Good. He sits up slowly, touches the stitches on his head, winces. Is it bad? He asks. 7 stitches. You'll have a scar. Good. I deserve it. Daniel. I do, Mom. Every time I look in the mirror, I'll remember what I almost did to you, what I almost let her do to me. He swings his legs out of bed, stands, wobbles. I jump up, steady him. Easy. Concussion, remember? I need to brush my teeth. I taste blood. I help him to the bathroom, wait outside while he washes up. When he comes out, he looks more human, less like a ghost. I'm starving, he says. Scrambled eggs? His face softens. Like you used to make? Exactly like I used to make. We eat at the kitchen table, the same one where he did homework, where we had dinner every night, where I almost signed away my life. The papers are gone now. Howard took them. Evidence. Daniel pushes eggs around his plate, takes small bites. I need to call Detective Rodriguez, he says. Give my formal statement. She said it could wait. I want to do it now, before I lose my nerve. He pulls out his phone, makes the call. 15 minutes later, there's a knock at the door. Sarah's here, with another detective, older man, gray mustache. This is Detective Marcus Webb, Sarah says. He's handling the David Chen case. He'd like to hear your statement, too. Daniel nods. Come in. We sit in the living room, Sarah and Marcus on the couch, Daniel in the armchair, me beside him. Marcus pulls out a recorder. Mind if I record this? No. I want it recorded. I want everything documented. For the next hour, Daniel tells them everything. Meeting Jennifer, the whirlwind romance, the pressure to get married quickly, the way she isolated him from his friends, from me. She'd pick fights whenever I wanted to visit you, Daniel says, looking at me. Said you were controlling, that you didn't approve of her, that I had to choose. I never said I didn't approve. I know that now. But she was so convincing. She'd cry, say she felt unwelcome, that you looked at her like she wasn't good enough. My chest aches. I believed her, Daniel continues, or I wanted to, because if I didn't, I'd have to admit I'd made a mistake, that I'd married the wrong person. When did the financial manipulation start? Marcus asks. Almost immediately. Right after the wedding, she wanted to see all my accounts. Said married couples should be transparent. So I showed her everything. And? She started suggesting things. Your mom has so much saved. She doesn't need it all. We could use it for the house. At first I said no, but she kept pushing. He looks down. Ashamed. She'd say things like, your mom had her life already. Now it's our turn. Don't you want to give our future kids the same childhood you had? But she was never pregnant, I say quietly. No. She lied about that. Multiple times. Every few months, she'd say she thought she might be pregnant. We'd get excited. Then she'd say false alarm or miscarriage. After the 3rd time, I suggested we see a doctor. She got angry, said I was pressuring her, that I didn't trust her. Sarah makes notes. When did she bring up your mother's house? Marcus asks. About 6 months ago. Said we should think about estate planning, that mom was getting older, that it would be easier if everything was already in our name. Did you think that was strange? I should have. But Jennifer made it sound normal, like everyone did it. She even found a lawyer who specialized in it. Not Howard Chen, Sarah says. No, some guy in the next county. Jennifer found him online, said he was cheaper. I bet she did. The lawyer drew up the papers, made it sound simple, but when I brought them to Mom, she hesitated. She wanted to read them. That made Jennifer furious. Why? Marcus asks. Because Mom was supposed to just sign. That was the plan. Jennifer kept saying, why is she being difficult? Doesn't she trust you? She made me feel like Mom not signing immediately was a personal insult. Is that when you went to Romano's? I ask. He nods. Miserably. Jennifer wanted to strategize. Figure out how to pressure you into signing. I was God. I'm so ashamed I was venting, saying things I didn't mean. You meant them in the moment, I say quietly. Yeah, I did. And I'll regret that for the rest of my life. Silence. Tell us about yesterday, Sarah says. When you confronted Jennifer? Daniel recounts it. The screenshots, Jennifer's mask slipping, her admission about David Chen, the knife. Marcus leans forward. She specifically said she helped David along with the car accident? Yes. She said he was too weak, too guilty, that he was going to go to the police. So she cut the brake line. Marcus and Sarah exchange looks. That's a confession, Marcus says. We can reopen the case as a homicide. Good, Daniel says, voice hard. She killed him. She killed Mrs. Chen, and she almost killed me. She won't hurt anyone else, Sarah says. I promise you that. After they leave, Daniel collapses on the couch. I need to figure out what to do, he says. I can't go back to that house, ever. You don't have to. You can stay here. Mom, I can't. Why not? This is your home. It always has been. He looks around, at the photos on the walls, the furniture he grew up with, the life he tried to steal. I don't deserve this. Probably not. But you're getting it anyway. He laughs. Bitter. Why? Why are you being nice to me? I tried to destroy you. Because you're my son. And because I choose my words carefully. Because I know what it's like to be manipulated by someone you love. Dad never manipulated you. No. But I've made mistakes too. Big ones. And people forgave me. Your father forgave me when I deserved it least. What did you do? I'm quiet for a moment. When you were 10, I almost left. Your father and I were fighting constantly. Money was tight. I was exhausted. Someone from my old job offered me a position across the country. Great pay. Great benefits. Fresh start. Daniel stares. I never knew that. You weren't supposed to. I packed a bag one night, was going to leave in the morning, tell you and your father after I was gone. What stopped you? You did. You had a nightmare that night, came into our room crying, said you dreamed I disappeared, that you couldn't find me anywhere. My voice cracks. You begged me not to leave, said, "Don't go away, Mommy. Please don't go away." And I realized I was about to do the exact thing you were terrified of. Mom, your father knew. He'd seen the suitcase, but he didn't guilt me, didn't beg me to stay. Just said, "Whatever you decide, I'll support you." That's what made me stay. Not obligation, but love. I look at Daniel. You made mistakes, horrible mistakes, but you're here now. You're trying. That's what matters. He cries then, ugly, heaving sobs. I hold him. My boy. My broken, foolish, manipulated boy. I'm going to make this right, he chokes out. I don't know how, but I will. I know. That afternoon, Howard stops by. He's got more papers, always more papers. Divorce petition, he says, spreading them on the table. Fast-tracked given the criminal charges. You'll be free of her in 90 days. Daniel signs without reading. And this, Howard continues, pulling out another document. Withdrawal of the estate transfer request, officially nullified. Your mother's assets are completely protected. More signatures. Finally this. Howard hands me a folder. Your new will. Everything we discussed, ironclad. Nobody can contest it. I open it. Read the first paragraph. I, being of sound mind and body, hereby declare this to be my last will and testament. Down the page, I see the beneficiary section. It says Daniel. I say quietly. Is that a problem? I look at my son. Bruised, bandaged, broken, but alive and trying. No, I say. That's not a problem. Daniel looks up, shocked. Mom, you don't have to. I want to. On one condition. Anything. You go to therapy. Real therapy. Process what happened. Make sure this never happens again. He nods. Already scheduled my first appointment, tomorrow morning. Good. Howard packs up his briefcase. I'll file these today. Jennifer's formally served with divorce papers. She'll also be served with a restraining order. No contact. Period. What if she tries? Daniel asks. Then she goes back to jail, and it adds to her charges. Howard leaves. It's quiet again. Just me and Daniel. Mom, he says, thank you for not giving up on me. I'm your mother. That's what we do. Even when we don't deserve it? Especially then. He hugs me, tight, like he's afraid I'll disappear. I hug him back. My phone buzzes. Text from Emma. Still okay for Sunday? I'd really like to meet. I show Daniel. Is this okay? She wants to come over. He reads it, nods. She saved my life. I owe her everything. I text back. Sunday at 2. Looking forward to it. That night, I make spaghetti. Robert's recipe. Daniel sets the table. 2 places. We eat in comfortable silence. After, he washes dishes. I dry. Like we used to. This feels normal, he says. It is normal. Normal after everything that happened? Normal because we're choosing it. That's what makes it real. He hands me a plate. Our fingers brush. I love you, Mom, he says. I love you too, sweetheart. Later, as I'm getting ready for bed, I hear him in his room, talking on the phone. Yeah, first session tomorrow at 9. No, I'm staying with my mom. I know I'm lucky. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. He's rebuilding. One conversation at a time. I lie in bed, stare at the ceiling. Robert's side is still empty. Always will be. But the house isn't as quiet anymore. My son is home. Broken, but home. And maybe that's enough. Maybe that's everything. Outside, the wind chimes Robert hung 20 years ago ring softly. I close my eyes. And for the first time in days, I sleep. Sunday comes too fast. Daniel's been to 2 therapy sessions, barely talks about them. Just says, it's helping. He's different now. Quieter, more careful with words. He asks before he does things. Is it okay if I use the car? Do you mind if I invite my friend over? Like he's afraid of taking up space. You live here, I remind him. You don't have to ask permission. I know, but I want to. At 1:30, he's pacing the living room. What if Emma hates me? He asks. I didn't believe her. I cut her off, chose Jennifer over her. She doesn't hate you. She saved your life. She saved yours first. By warning you. True. The doorbell rings at exactly 2 o'clock. Daniel freezes. I answer it. Emma stands there. Same nervous energy as before. She's holding flowers. Grocery store bouquet. Daisies. Hi, she says. I didn't know if I should bring something. These seemed, I don't know, appropriate. They're perfect. Come in. She steps inside. Sees Daniel. They stare at each other. Hi, Emma, Daniel says quietly. Hi. Awkward silence. I'm sorry, they both say at the same time. Then, unexpectedly, they laugh. You first, Emma says. Daniel takes a breath. I'm sorry I didn't believe you. I'm sorry I blocked you. I'm sorry I chose her over everyone who actually cared about me. You tried to warn me and I... Stop, Emma cuts him off gently. You were manipulated by a professional. I don't blame you. You should. But I don't. She steps forward, hugs him. Daniel's surprised, then hugs back, tight. Thank you, he whispers, for not giving up on me. Your family, Emma says simply. Dysfunctional maybe, but family. We sit in the living room. I make tea. Emma's perched on the edge of the couch, still nervous. How's the case going? Daniel asks. Against Jennifer. Detective Webb called me yesterday, Emma says. They found evidence in Jennifer's garage. Tools, brake fluid, matches the tampering on David's car. My stomach turns. They're charging her with first-degree murder for David, elder abuse and financial exploitation for Mrs. Chen, and attempted murder for you. How long will she go away for? I ask. Webb thinks life without parole, especially with all the premeditation evidence. Daniel's quiet. Processing. Does that make you feel better? Emma asks him. Knowing she'll be locked up? I don't know what I feel, he admits. Part of me is relieved. Part of me is angry. Part of me still can't believe it was all fake. It wasn't all fake, Emma says carefully. We both look at her. What do you mean? Daniel asks. Emma shifts. Uncomfortable. Jennifer's a predator, absolutely. But she's sick. Like, mentally ill. Personality disorder. Antisocial tendencies. That doesn't excuse what she did, but it explains it. How do you know this? I ask. Because I've been researching her for years. Trying to understand. After David died, I became obsessed. I tracked down her childhood friends, her ex-boyfriends, her college roommates. And she's been like this her whole life, manipulating people, using them, discarding them. There's a trail of victims going back to high school. Daniel's face goes pale. How many? At least 4 serious relationships before David. All followed the same pattern. Isolate the partner, drain their resources, move on. Why didn't anyone stop her? I ask. Some tried. One ex-boyfriend filed a police report. But Jennifer's smart. She never leaves obvious evidence, always has plausible explanations. And she's charming. Really charming. Police didn't take it seriously. Until now, Daniel says. Until now, Emma agrees. Silence settles over us. There's something else, Emma says. She's not looking at us now, staring at her hands. What? I ask. Something I didn't tell you before, about why I've been tracking Jennifer so closely. Okay. Emma takes a shaky breath. David and I were close, really close. Before Jennifer, we talked every week. He was more like a brother than a brother-in-law. Daniel nods, listening. When Jennifer came into his life, she cut me out immediately, told him I was toxic, that I was trying to ruin their relationship. David believed her. That sounds familiar, Daniel mutters. But before he died, 2 days before he called me. My heart pounds. What did he say? I ask. Emma's eyes fill with tears. He said he'd made a terrible mistake, that he knew what Jennifer was, what she'd done to his mother. He said he was going to the police, going to turn her in. And then 2 days later, he was dead. Accidental brake failure. You think she knew he was going to report her, Daniel says slowly. I know she did, because I found something on David's computer after he died. An email draft to Detective Webb, detailing everything. The financial abuse, the isolation, the facility. He never sent it. But Jennifer had access to his email. She saw it, I whisper. She saw it, and she killed him before he could expose her. The room feels colder. Why didn't you tell the police? Daniel asks. I did. Webb wouldn't listen at the time, said it was circumstantial. That grief was making me paranoid. But now with your case, with the evidence from the garage, he's reopening everything. Emma wipes her eyes. I need you both to understand something. This isn't just about justice for David, or Mrs. Chen, or even you, Daniel. Then what? I ask. It's about making sure Jennifer never does this again, to anyone. We talk for another hour. Emma tells us more. About Jennifer's childhood, abusive father, neglectful mother, foster care at 12. I'm not excusing her, Emma says, but I think she learned early that people are just resources, things to use and discard. She never learned empathy, or love, or trust. That's sad, Daniel says quietly. It is. But it doesn't change what she did. No, it doesn't. Emma stands to leave around 4. Thank you for seeing me, she says. I know this is all overwhelming. Thank you for not giving up, I tell her. On the case. On Daniel. On all of it. She smiles. Sad. David was important to me. Making sure Jennifer pays for what she did to him, it's the least I can do. At the door, Daniel hugs her again. Stay in touch? He asks. I'd like to get to know you. The real you, not Jennifer's version. Emma's face brightens. I'd like that. After she leaves, Daniel and I sit in the living room. Processing. She's been carrying this for years, Daniel says. The guilt, the anger, the need for justice. Like you'll carry what happened with us, I say gently. He looks at me. How do you let it go? The guilt? You don't. You learn to live with it. Use it to be better. Is that what you did? After you almost left Dad? Every single day. I woke up and chose to stay. To be present, to love you both harder than the day before. Did it work? You're here, aren't you? He smiles. Small, but real. My phone buzzes. Text from Detective Webb. Need to speak with you both. Can you come to the station tomorrow morning? 9 a.m. Important update on the case. I show Daniel. His smile fades. What do you think it is? Only one way to find out. That night, neither of us sleeps well. I hear Daniel moving around his room, pacing. At 2 a.m., I go upstairs, knock softly. Come in, he calls. He's sitting on his bed, laptop open, screen glowing. What are you doing? I ask. Looking at Jennifer's social media, her old posts, trying to figure out what I missed. Daniel, that's not healthy. Look at this. He turns the laptop toward me. It's a Facebook post from 4 years ago, before they met. A photo of Jennifer at a charity event, smiling, arm around an elderly woman. The caption reads, "Honored to support our seniors. They deserve dignity and care." My stomach turns. She was scouting, Daniel says, positioning herself as someone who cared about the elderly. Building a profile. You don't know that. Look at the comments. I scroll down. One comment stands out, from a man named Robert Chen. My mother appreciates advocates like you. Thank you for your service. Jennifer's response, I'd love to hear more about your mother's needs. Maybe over coffee? Oh God. That's David's brother, Daniel says. That's how she met David. She targeted his family through his brother's Facebook comment. This is premeditated, I whisper. Everything was, from the very beginning. He closes the laptop, rubs his face. I keep thinking if I'd been smarter, if I'd paid attention, if I'd listened to you. Stop, I cut him off. You can't live in the if. Trust me, I've tried. How do you move forward? One day at a time. One choice at a time. You choose to be better today than you were yesterday. He looks at me. Really looks. How'd you get so wise? 70 years of mistakes. He laughs. Short, but genuine. Go to sleep, I tell him. Tomorrow we'll find out what Webb wants. Then we'll deal with it. Together. Together, he repeats. I kiss his forehead. Like I used to when he was small. Good night, baby. Good night, Mom. The police station smells like burnt coffee and desperation. Daniel and I sit in a waiting room. Plastic chairs, flickering fluorescent lights, a poster about domestic violence on the wall. Mrs. Sullivan? Daniel? Detective Webb appears, older than I expected, kind eyes, tired face. We follow him to a conference room. Sarah Rodriguez is there, so is Howard. You called Howard? I ask. I thought you'd want legal representation for this, Webb says, given the circumstances. My stomach drops. What circumstances? Webb sits, slides a folder across the table. Jennifer's attorney reached out yesterday. She wants to make a deal. What kind of deal? Daniel asks, voice tight. She'll plead guilty to all charges, give a full confession, testify about David Chen's death, everything. In exchange for what? Howard asks sharply. Reduced sentence. 25 to life instead of life without parole. Silence. Absolutely not, Daniel says. She killed people. She tried to kill me. She doesn't get to negotiate. It's not that simple, Webb says carefully. Without her confession, the David Chen case stays circumstantial. We have evidence, but a good defense attorney could create reasonable doubt. You have the tools from her garage, I say. The brake fluid. Which she'll claim were for home repairs. Her lawyer's already building that defense. What about what she said to me? Daniel demands. Her admission, I told you everything. Hearsay. And you were in medical distress. Concussed. A defense attorney will tear that apart. Daniel's face goes red. So she gets away with it? No, Sarah interjects. She goes to prison. For a long time. But maybe not forever. That's not good enough. I know, Webb says. But it's reality. Prosecutions are messy. Evidence gets excluded. Witnesses recant. Juries sympathize with defendants. Nothing's guaranteed. What's your recommendation? Howard asks. Webb is quiet for a moment. Take the deal. 25 to life means she's eligible for parole at 72. But given the nature of her crimes, the parole board likely won't grant it. She'll die in prison either way. Likely, Daniel repeats, not guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed. Daniel stands, starts pacing. So we just trust the system, hope it works out? Or we go to trial, Webb says. Risk her walking on some charges, risk a hung jury, risk appeals that drag on for years. What do you want us to do? I ask quietly. Webb looks at me, then at Daniel. I want you to think about what justice means to you. Is it about punishment, or about making sure she can't hurt anyone else? Both, Daniel says. Then take the deal. She goes away. She admits what she did. The families of her other victims get closure. Other victims? I ask. Sarah pulls out another folder, opens it. Photos. 4 different men, all around Daniel's age, all dead. We've been investigating Jennifer's history, Sarah says. 3 other suspicious deaths connected to her, all ruled accidental, all within 5 years. My hand covers my mouth. Mark Patterson fell down the stairs. Jennifer inherited his house. Kyle Morrison, drowning. Jennifer collected life insurance. Trevor Walsh, carbon monoxide poisoning. Jennifer got his retirement account. Daniel sinks back into his chair. Oh my God. If she confesses, if she gives details about these cases, we can give those families answers. Closure. Who? And if we go to trial? Howard asks. She stays silent, claims innocence. Those families never know the truth. The weight of it settles on us. 4 families, 4 deaths, 4 people who deserve justice. How long do we have to decide? I ask. 24 hours. After that, the deal expires. We leave the station in silence. In the car, Daniel finally speaks. I don't know what to do. Neither do I. Part of me wants her to rot forever, never see daylight again. And the other part? Wants those families to have peace, like Emma had with David. We drive home. The streets blur past. Inside, Daniel collapses on the couch. Mom, what would Dad do? I think about Robert, his sense of fairness, his compassion, even for people who didn't deserve it. He'd think about the families, I say. He'd choose whatever caused the least pain for the most people. Even if it meant the person who hurt him got a lighter sentence? Especially then. Daniel's quiet for a long time. Then, I need to call Emma. He goes outside, talks for nearly an hour. When he comes back in, his eyes are red. What did she say? I ask. She said David would want other families to know the truth, that he'd want Jennifer to admit what she did. That closure matters more than revenge. Do you agree? He sits next to me. I don't know, but I trust Emma, and I trust that she knew David better than I ever will. So? So I think, he stops, breathes. I think we take the deal. Relief floods through me. Are you sure? I ask. No, but I'm choosing it anyway. The next morning, we call Webb. We'll accept the deal, Daniel says, on one condition. What's that? I want to hear her confession. In person, I need to look her in the eye when she admits what she did. Webb's quiet. That's unusual, but I'll ask. 2 hours later, he calls back. She agreed. Tomorrow. 10 a.m. The jail. The jail is gray. Everything is gray. Daniel and I sit in a visitation room, glass partition, phone on the wall. Guards, cameras, fluorescent lights. You don't have to do this, I tell Daniel for the 10th time. Yes, I do. The door on the other side opens. Jennifer walks in. Orange jumpsuit, no makeup, hair pulled back. She looks smaller, ordinary. Not like a monster. She sits, picks up the phone. Daniel picks up ours. They stare at each other through the glass. "Hi," Jennifer says. Her voice is flat through the speaker. "Hi," Daniel replies. "They said you wanted to hear it from me." "I do." Jennifer's quiet for a moment. "Where do you want me to start?" "The beginning. All of it." She takes a breath. "I targeted you. Online. Saw your profile. Looked up your family. Saw your mother was widowed. Had assets. You seemed manageable." Daniel flinches, but stays quiet. "I engineered the meet cute. The coffee shop. I knew you went there. I made sure I was there too. Spilled coffee on myself so you'd notice." "And everything after?" Daniel asks, voice tight. "Planned. The whirlwind romance, the engagement, the isolation. I needed you dependent on me so you'd do what I wanted." "The money?" "I needed your mother's money. The house, the insurance. That was always the endgame." "And me?" Daniel's voice cracks. "Did you ever care about me at all?" Jennifer's silent. Then, "No, I don't think I'm capable of caring about anyone." The honesty is brutal. "What about David?" I ask. I've picked up the phone too. Jennifer can hear me. She looks at me through the glass. "Same thing. Different victim. He was weaker than you, though," she says to Daniel. "Easier to control." "You killed him," Daniel says. "Yes. He was going to expose me. I couldn't allow that." "And the others? Mark, Kyle, Trevor?" "Yes. All of them. Same pattern. Same outcome." "How many?" Daniel whispers. "In total, how many people have you hurt?" Jennifer thinks. Like she's counting. "Hurt? Dozens. Killed? 7. 7. The number hangs in the air. "Why?" Daniel asks. "Why do this?" Jennifer shrugs. "Because I could. Because people are easy to manipulate. Because I wanted things and they had them." "That's it? That's your reason?" "What other reason is there?" Daniel slams the phone down. Stands. Walks to the door. I stay seated, looking at Jennifer. "Do you feel anything?" I ask. "Guilt? Remorse?" She looks at me. "No." "Then why confess?" "Because 25 years is better than life, and I'm good at manipulating parole boards. I'll be out by the time I'm 72. The coldness in her eyes is terrifying. "No, you won't," I say quietly. "What?" "You won't charm the parole board, because we'll be there. Me, Daniel, Emma, the other families. Every single hearing, reminding them who you are, what you did." Something flickers in her expression. Fear. "You won't," she says, less certain now. "I will, for the rest of my life, and when I die, Daniel will. You're never getting out, Jennifer. This prison is your home now." I hang up the phone. Stand. Walk to the door where Daniel's waiting. Behind me, I hear Jennifer yelling, muffled through the glass. I don't turn around. We leave. Outside, the sun is shining. Daniel takes a deep breath. "That was horrible." "Yes." "But necessary." "Yes." We get in the car. "Where to now?" Daniel asks. "Home," I say. We go home. 3 months later, Jennifer's sentenced, 25 to life, just like the deal promised. The courtroom is packed. Families of all her victims, Emma in the front row, me and Daniel beside her. When the judge reads the sentence, there's no satisfaction, just tired relief. Outside, Emma hugs us both. "Thank you," she says, "for seeing this through." "Thank you for saving us," Daniel replies. We go our separate ways, plans to meet for dinner next month. Daniel's been in therapy twice a week. He's got a new job, started volunteering at a domestic abuse shelter. "Helping others helps me," he says. He's still living with me. We've settled into a rhythm. Dinners together, movie nights, slow walks around the neighborhood. Last week, he asked if he could plant a garden in the backyard. "Like Dad used to?" I asked. "Exactly like Dad used to." So now there are tomato plants and herbs growing. Daniel tends them every morning. This morning, I watch him from the kitchen window. He's kneeling in the dirt, carefully pruning, his face peaceful. My phone rings. Unknown number. I almost don't answer. But something makes me. Hello? Is this Daniel Sullivan's mother? Yes. Who's this? My name is Rachel Morrison. My brother was Kyle. Kyle Morrison. Jennifer's victim. My heart pounds. Yes. I'm sorry for your loss. Her voice breaks. I just wanted to thank you. And your son, for making sure she confessed, for giving us answers. We've been searching for 10 years. Tears blur my vision. You're welcome. I know this doesn't change what happened, but knowing the truth, it helps. It really does. We talk for a few more minutes. She tells me about Kyle, his kindness, his dreams. When we hang up, I'm crying. Daniel comes inside, sees my face. What's wrong? I tell him about the call. He sits down, silent. Then, we did the right thing. Yes. It still hurts though. Yes. We sit together. In the kitchen, Robert and I built. In the house, we almost lost. But we didn't lose it. We're still here. Still fighting. Still choosing each other. Mom? Daniel says quietly. Yeah? I'm glad I came home. I take his hand. Me too, baby. Me too. Outside, the tomatoes are starting to turn red. Robert's wind chimes sing in the breeze. And for the first time in months, the house feels full. Not just of people, but of hope, of second chances, of love that survives even the worst betrayals. Because that's what family does. We break. We heal. We begin again. Together.